Hey folks, I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and just talking to a client that was referred to me by another client. Well, the parent of another client. Many years ago, I represented a young man on an issue, and I believe it was domestic related. And it was a case that should have never been brought. I mean, it was very crazy, but I can't talk about all the facts. But ultimately, we got the case dismissed. And I remember the young man coming in with his father and talking with his father. And just a very nice person, just a very nice, a dad that cared, a parent that, did it the right way. And every once in a while he would reach out to me, and I'm talking about the dad, and say, hey, I got a question on this, or what do you know about this? And it became like a pattern. Every year or so he would give me a call, and was always appreciative. I never asked for anything. It was just like, hey, do you know anything about this? Or hey, I need someone for a tax issue, or do you know an accountant that does this? Or do you know, just random stuff. Hey, I have a friend who is looking to do this. Could you help him with that? Kind of always sending me referrals. And as time went by, his son got sick, the young man that I represented. And he ultimately passed away from this sickness, from this illness. And I know the pain that, the father had, that has. But he would always just reach out like, hey, Raj, what's going on? Just checking in on you. Just was that guy, And the client that I have now was referred to me a couple of years ago. And he said, hey, my buddy got in trouble, and could you help him? And yeah, and of course I gave him a discount. And he's still, again, this gentleman, the father of the young man that I represent, always reaches out. And I hadn't heard from him for a while, and I was talking to the client today, and I said, hey, what's going on with so-and-so? He's like, oh, you didn't hear? He got hurt. Something happened. It's like a fire, or, his feet got really burnt, and I was like, what? I didn't know. He said, yeah, I've been trying to reach him for the last week, and I haven't. He's in a nursing home, some kind of either flesh-eating bacteria or something with his feet being burned. And I was like, oh my God, well, give me his number. Let me call him. And so I tried to call him. I didn't get the answer. And now the client is trying to get the nursing home that he's at. We don't know. We don't know if he's still around, if he just can't answer the phone because of his injuries. I mean, obviously he's in a nursing home, so it's got to be quite serious. And his friend's worried, I'm worried, and it made me think about the relationships that I have formed over the years with a client or a client's parents, or it's you meet a lot of people and you answer a lot of questions, and you become friends with people because they're good people that either had a situation happen to them or a situation happen to a family member. And I know that this man's down in Hollywood, and as soon as I find out where he's at, I'm going to call him, and then I think I'm going to go see him, because I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to be injured. I can't imagine sitting in a nursing home, and the guy already lost his son. He doesn't have much of a family. And God, I hope he's okay, and I hope he's healing. But I hope I can find out where he is, because I like to get him some food and show up, and I don't know, shoot the shit, play some cards, whatever he's able to do, play a game of chess, checkers. And folks, it's the reason I bring it up. It's I met another young man and his parents years ago, and that young man, after the cases went away, I became friendly with the parents, and that young man passed away, and then that young man's father passed away, and he was a friend, man. He was a friend, and I still cry about it. I mean, when you're a kid and you're on the playground or you're in sports, it's easy to call people a friend, right? We meet a lot of people. As you get older, that changes, and you have your old friends and then people that you see over the years. But I mean, how many new friends? I don't make a lot of new friends, right? I make a friend occasionally. It's family and but what I find is there are a lot of good people, and there are a lot of good people that just reach out to me randomly as my doing my job. Hey, Raj, I got this friend who's got a problem. Could you help him? Do you have a referral or something? And it becomes almost like a continuous thing where it's some of them are friends and some of them are acquaintances. I mean, people that, like, if I need something and I know that they're in that particular area of work, I may call them. Hey, I need someone to paint something. Do you know? Oh yeah, I know. I got a friend that could help you fully. And it's almost like analogous to the people that were in your homeroom when you were in high school. And you'd go, oh yeah, I know John, or hey, I know Billy, or I know Lisa, or whoever it may be. And you may not be super close with them, but you get used to seeing them all the time. And as time goes by, like I thought about it years after high school, and I said, and I kind of miss John, or I miss Dudley, or I miss this guy or that guy, because you get used to them. They are friends. They may not be your buddies that you hang out with each and every day, but they mean something to you. And when someone means something to you and you hear about them going through a struggle, it pains me. It pains my heart. And I don't know what I can do other than a phone call or showing up to the nursing home, bringing them, find out what he can eat, what he can't eat, what does he need. His friend said that, hey, his phone may be off. Man, if I knew which carriers, I'd pay 3 months for his phone. I guess what I'm saying is, when someone shows me that they're a solid human being, I will always go out of my way to help. This isn't about me. This is about the gentleman. I don't want to say his name or the client that I have that came through him. I just want to talk about the people that have come into my life as a client, or a family member of a client that I'm fond of, that honestly I care for. And it's hard, man. I've lost clients to drugs. Their family have called me. First guy that passed away, I gave him a pep talk. I told him everything that I thought I could to motivate him to get away from the drugs. And he said to me, like, his hand was shaking. He goes, Mr. Fuller, look at my hand. And he's like, I haven't used in like 10 hours. And like, he was already experienced. He's like, man, I appreciate your talk, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing for my case. He goes, but man, I'm just struggling with it. I said, hey, let me get a counsel. He's like, I just can't. And he just wouldn't. And about a month later, I got a call from that guy's mother that told me that they had found his body in the woods, that he had overdosed. And if you think shit doesn't affect, the crappy attorneys, the scummy attorneys, the guys that just, the guys and gals that just want your money, I'm telling you, it does. That kid died. I had another kid die a couple of years ago, and his mom called me too, and I started to go to the funeral, kind of got lost, and I called the place where they were having the wake, or whatever, the service where you could pay your respects, and they were like, hey, we're going to be closed by the time you get here. And I ended up not going, and I felt bad. I thought it was like a 8 to 11 thing, and I got off work and collected my wife and started to head there, and I was like, damn it, I told them I'd be there by 8, and then I look, and it's like I'm 8:20 and da-da-da. And then they were like, yeah, we're closed. I mean, it was only till 8. I was like, it's only till 8. I mean, I didn't get off of work until like 7. So, but the people that you deal with, the people that you represent, sure, do I got a few that I never want to see again and be happy never to see them again? I do. But I have a lot of people that they're just good people. And again, once you show me you're a good person, man, I'll bend over backwards to try to do what I can. So I guess I'm just worried about this gentleman, and I'm rambling, and you guys might go, why the hell are you making a video? Because who do you talk to? Who do you talk to about that? Other attorneys? And no, like I'm genuinely down right now. I hope this man's okay. And I hate that. I mean, I probably talked to him, I don't know, 3 months ago. So I don't even know when this happened. But I know he's in a nursing home. And, when you don't have a lot of family, I can't imagine not just the physical pain, but the emotional pain. He lost his only son. He's got a grandson. And I don't know his situation, but I care. And I'm hoping that this other client who just said some remarkably nice things to me, he's an older guy who, got in some trouble and silly stuff that you wouldn't even think, but people get charged with it. He just said, hey, Rod, just want to let you know how much you mean to me and how much you've done for me. And he got teary-eyed, and I guess that's what it touched me. It touched me. Because, you don't know when you're going to do something that makes a difference in someone else's life. And when you hear something like that, you also know that they've made a difference in your life. And sure, it might be work and money may exchange hands, but I care. It is what it is. I'm not trying to get sappy and shit, but it's part of who I am. Having the emotional depth is what makes me go so deep into a case and to try to truly help people. And when, yeah. And I got a case that someone flew across the country today, and their case is going to get dismissed, and it was a quite serious case. And I know that young man is going to be someone that I'm going to talk to, because I want to make sure that he has like an uncle, a big brother, whether maybe a father figure in his life, to make sure he stays on the straight and narrow. And you take those roles, as an attorney, you take the roles as a big brother, as an uncle, as a father figure, to guide some young men. It's not always a case, hey, this is what I'm going through, blah, blah, blah. And you sit down and you take an hour or two and you spend that time with someone, and I found that it makes a lot of difference. And, yeah. So, yeah, I'm supposed to meet up with a client, but yeah, I hope he's okay, and I'm gonna drive to that nursing home as soon as I find out where it is. So anyway, this is the other side of criminal defense and personal injury. When people are hurt and injured, you deal with a lot of stuff, and some people don't have friends or family, or not a lot, or not any that are close, and you end up going to a home, a nursing home, a physical treatment therapy, a stroke center. It happens. So anyway, I'm just sharing. It is what it is. You know who I am. See ya.